Hey guys, and today for the superhero that I was getting done during the recording and me having to post a few videos onto YouTube, this is the reason why this is a little bit super late, but not as late as usual. Usually, I'm sending you guys this type of stuff at 10, and I'm gonna go on VR chat to hang out with my friends, so let's hurry up and get the superhero done, shall we? So yeah, and I know from the outstakes you can see that this is pretty much the same pose I've used. Okay. So, other words, this superhero is actually... So, his name is not Mummy, by the way. I know a lot of you guys are looking at this and you're like saying, Mummy! His name is the Mummy! No. His superhero name is Soulguard, and you guys will understand the reason why his name is Soulguard after when you hear his backstory. So his origin story takes over to a little tiny island in the middle of nowhere, where pretty much when the blast happens, the people gain powers, different things or objects will gain abilities. But people found a way to use them to help forge their land. And so it became noticeable that anyone would get these type of semi-lethal weapons at the age of 20 or 14. But the main villain, who we all know by now, if you don't, gotta watch my other ones because I kind of forgot his name already. He pretty much came and bring back one of the planets. So, other words, he's been pretty much conquering planets, and all the planets he tries to give its power to, all the people there turn to little rock type creatures with energy pouring out of the cracks of the rocks. And this one had yellow, and this one was powerful, destroying his entire village and nuking everything. But before he could die, his sisters saved him and put him under a bunker, saving him from complete destruction. But sadly, he wanted revenge. So he was starting to hear something, and so he heard something calling to him, and it was these chains. So he grabbed them, and they instantly wrapped around his arm. Suddenly the souls of all of the people in his village went into his body, using the powers of souls to use his own chains. And now he looks for revenge. But surprisingly for him, a superhero named Shatter came through and say he would offer some help after when he was trying to figure out how to get off the island. And even before that, he was recruiting a few other. He recruited 2 people who were wearing weird, strange armor. People who were wearing weird, strange armor that had. One was having the power of a dragon, a mechanical Sorry, wrong one. One had a power of some armored creature, and one who had the power of a dragon, a mechanical cyber dragon, what it seems like. Oh, not that one. And this was furthering the group that he was getting to save the world. Okay, now let's get to powers. My favorite. Powers, he's able to pretty much manipulate his own chains, and pretty much, obviously, he's using the powers of souls. So pretty much he's able to put giant maces onto them and throw it around. He's even able to make the chains extend and control them like they're living snakes. But his soul powers does not just go to his chains. His soul powers goes to many other things. One, he's actually able to capture other souls. So pretty much he capture souls, but he's only able to well, no, he's not only able. He he chooses to only capture the souls of people who have wronged him or have wronged other people in their lives, like villages, and destroyed mounts of countries. Hence of the reason why we do not tell him about the little incident with one of my 2 members of the team. We're not going to talk about it. But yeah, he's also able to make himself jump high and able to, well, think Spider-Man but with chains. So yeah, he's not indestructible. His raps don't really do anything other than the fact that he pretty much, okay, his soul powers only works with around something, so he's able to, so he has to bound it with something. He can't really bound it with his own flesh in his own body. So these raps, he can make them pretty much durable, not indestructible, but just durable. So yeah. Now let's get to things I like before I get to things I dislike. I like the raps. I think this was a very good style choice. I also like his eyes and how they look like they're glowing. I like the skin, because I definitely like how I did a different shade of a skin instead of the same pinkish skin before. Having the little glowing on the chains, that's just a little bit of texture than anything else. I kind of like how I have him wearing shoes. It's because it kind of looks funny in a way, because when you hear about a mummy, you kind of think he's completely in wraps, but then you see his shoes. Just being like, that's a mummy with some shoes. That's a mummy with style. Things I dislike. I hate that this is the drawing I've done about the 3rd time already. This is the same drawing I've done. But also, it's the only drawing I could have done, because this is the only drawing that I had that actually had the perfect pose to have his chains being shown. That rhymed. But, yeah, it's just like, it was the perfect pose, and there was not many other poses that I could have done that really looks like he's having chains wrapped around his arms. I do like the fact that it does sound like he's kind of becoming Kratos a little bit. It sounds like a mix of Kratos and Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider. Kratos Rider. I'm not gonna call him that, but anyone who wants to fuse Kratos and Ghost Rider together, there, I just saved you. I just saved you in naming Kratos. Whatever I said before. So yeah, I hope you guys like the superhero drawing. It is kind of basic, and like I said, I know that this is kind of irritating, the fact that I've done this pose way too many times, so I'm probably going to stop doing this. Well, most definitely I'm going to stop doing this, and I'm going to do a whole different pose. Hopefully it's a pose that's going to be a little bit more fun. And a little bit more challenging for me, because I've kind of done this pose so many times to the point I'm able to fix the hands pretty easily. And I want to give myself a new difficulty. But yeah, I think I like the superhero a lot, and it's a great superhero to start with the arc. Also, because he's a part of the arc, so it's obvious. I haven't changed any of the story. I haven't changed any of the stories with any of these characters. So these characters are who have had some influence from the main villain. These stories have been here for a long, long time. That's the reason why I'm having Shatter go and gather them. Because he's getting people who have some envy and hatred for him, who wants revenge. But also people who are going to be very important to the battle. And so we have we have the 2 armor heroes. We can call them knights though, if you want. So we have the 2 knights. We have the, I was about to say Beast King, but no, Beast Kaiju. And then we have Soul Chain, so that's pretty cool. And I know that sounds a lot like Soul Train. I know that sounds a little similar, so yeah. But I'm almost running out of time, so see you guys later. And I hope you guys like this. Crimson Thunder, out.